I'm here for a matter that shows that men are scum. I needed 350k for my business, and my friend introduced me to this guy. He gave me 350k and said I should pay back in 4 months. In between that time, the guy and I got close and we started doing stuff. Now it's 4 months and he's asking me to pay the 350k back. It's really weird for me. If she wanted the fact that they had been intimate together to cancel these debts, then she should have had a discussion with him on the first day that he initiated intimacy. Omo, agreement is agreement though. If you like, give him snake in the eagle's shadow style every time you had sex.
You must pay back.
The moment he started having sex with you, he lost the money. Back off and go and focus on her business to look for a way to pay her debts. Hi guys, welcome back to True Tales and Thoughts. So today we're going to be reading some stories about people who need advice from the Instagram page Jero Olomofin. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you go ahead and do so. Like the video, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first story says, please, I need urgent advice. I just gave birth and my husband and I are packing out soon to go to a bigger place. Imagine my husband's brother, who is 5 years older than me, is begging my husband that he wants to stay with us. How can I be taking care of my child and have a useless elderly person in his late 30s staying with us? He's still staying with his parents and now he wants to leave them and come and stay with us. I love my own privacy so much. He's washing my hubby's clothes and now he's saying he wants to manage my husband's business so that the business can move well and that he sees visions, and he's very spiritual. The man is jobless. He causes trouble wherever he goes and always ends up sleeping in police cells. And now he wants to bring all that trouble to us. He was actually staying with us before, but he had a falling out with my husband and he had to leave. The problem they had at that time was just because I didn't give him food on time and he thought that my husband had told me not to cook for him. So they got into an argument and we had to call security. I am just 21 years old. I just gave birth. So how do I take care of all these stressful things all alone? Please advise. Well, in my opinion, I think that this girl needs to have a very serious conversation with her husband. I think it's actually a good thing that this brother-in-law of hers stayed with them before and they had a falling out. So I'm sure that the husband will not be very surprised if she comes and tells him, look, I don't want this brother to stay with you. Do you understand? I know that sometimes people's family is their family. They always say blood is thicker than water. Oh, he's my brother. Where do you want him to go? Will I throw him away? Yeah, he's a troublemaker. But will I throw him away? Yeah, I get it. I get all that. Especially family, African families, I understand. It's your brother. Even if they're killing you, yes, it's your brother. I get it. But at the same time, this is too stressful. This girl, she's just 21. Like 21, you're still a baby. She's 21, she just gave birth. She does not need all the stress, right? I think that she should really sit her husband down when he's in a good mood. Talk to him respectfully. Like, put on your baby face and talk to this man. Cry. Do everything you can so that this brother of his does not come and stay with you. I don't think that is a major problem. I just think she needs to convince her husband. Girl, you know your husband most. You most definitely know him more than the rest of us know him. So you know what to do. Do everything to convince him that this man should not stay. I understand that he's his brother, but he can help him from a distance, you know. He can put him on an allowance. He can do something for him from a distance. I realized that in African families, we always like to, it's almost like a normal thing that your family members stay with you. For me, I don't have any problem with that, but that's if the family member too is a productive person, a resourceful person, someone that can at least be a peaceful person, right? So this man is clearly not that. So I think the husband can help him from a distance, maybe help him to open a business, but he's clearly the kind of person that's not very productive. So he can send him an allowance, give him allowance. Maybe they can give him an amount of money every month, right? But she needs to do everything so that that man does not step foot in their house. That's all I'm going to say about this. So let's go to the comment section. This one said, your story is similar to mine. God delivered me when my hubby sent him abroad. But then he gave room for the younger one to come. Omo, I'm praying for you. my God. This one said, if you know you don't want any visitors, stay in a small apartment. Why? So I'm not going to evolve in life because I'm trying to avoid visitors. No way. I'm going to stay in the apartment that I deserve to stay in, okay? This one said, your husband should get him an apartment, then you'll be free from him. Beg your husband to do it. I mean, if they have the means, that would be fantastic. Just get him a small apartment where he can just be there. He has his own accommodation. By all means, if they can afford it, by all means. I'm not saying they should not help the brother. I'm just saying that they should help him from a distance. You don't need to stay with somebody for you to get help from them, right? Because the guy he's too nosy and he does not seem like a very productive person. This one said, for what? Madam, no gree, oh. Please, this one that he wants to be engaging in your husband's business. He no go kill your husband, take the business like this. Madam, no gree. Exactly. This one said, let him leave the household, cause most jobless men have bigger problems. You will soon become his housemate. This one says, tell him if he lets his brother stay with you in your new house, you will move to your parents' house with your child. You better fight this now, baby. He will kill your husband and claim all his property. Oh my God. This one said, just say that you don't feel safe. You want to be free in your house, to be able to walk around naked in bomb shorts in your own house and not be feeling conscious. Tell him that the next situation is going to affect is your ex-life. Yeah, that's a good method. Oh my God. This one says, tell your husband that if his brother moves in, you're moving out. This one said, my dear, please, you don't even need this kind of stress, abeg. Discuss this with your husband, and if he insists, get a maid to deal with all that stress. This one said, sit your husband down and tell him all this, how you're not comfortable with him staying with you guys and managing his business. Then give him reasons to see things from your point of view. Yeah. This one said, come on, my sister. I am more old school, which is best, but others may disagree. In my opinion, the best is that you should stay out of your husband and his brother's relationship. No, but she cannot stay out of the relationship if it's now affecting her. The man is literally coming to stay in her home. So at that point, you're not giving me any choice. I'm involved in your relationship. So I need to take my own stance. If he decides to help his brother from afar, as far as it does not negatively affect my family, I don't mind. But let it be from afar because the man is not peaceful. This one said, now why before you marry, check the siblings of your spouse to be sure they get sense. So, well, this one said, if your husband insists on him coming, tell him the package will include a complimentary maid and nanny. You won't even notice he is in the house if you don't have to cater for him. But sometimes some people will make you notice. There's no way you have to notice, especially these people that don't like peace. They will make you notice. You will not have a choice. This comment said, please don't even allow it. Rather, advise your husband to rent him a place far from you guys. Let your husband know how stressful it would be for you and the fact that your privacy as a married couple will be on the line. The next one said, before you marry a man, these are one of the things that should be talked about. Are you guys going to allow third parties to stay with you in your marriage? This is one of the things that scatter marriages. How will a full-grown man with no job be staying in my house and I will be feeding him? How possible? I will get tired no matter how good and caring I am. If you are beautiful, the man will take advantage of you, and you are 21 years old. You are still young. Imagine a new house. You and your husband will not even enjoy it. Tell your husband to go and rent a room far away. I like the people say far. Let him go far away. Because if you rent a place for him close to you guys, he might just end up staying with you because it will just be too convenient. You know, he will just leave his place in the morning and just come and hang out with you guys the whole day. So I think they should even send him to a different city, far away, maybe to the north. In Kaduna. If they're in Lagos, then I'm sending him to Kaduna or, Kano. Oh my God. This one said, I'm wondering how a 34-year-oldish man will marry a 21-year-old that should still be furthering her career and education. But what do I know? May the Lord help you. Well, 34 and 21, that's a big age gap. Yeah, but it happens. It happens. You don't know her situation. So let's not even go there. This one said, please refuse immediately to save your marriage. Talk to your husband to rent him a place instead of giving up your own sanity because that's what it's going to get to. The last comment said, giving birth alone is stressful, darling, and congratulations. Communicate this with your husband. Whatever decision he makes, you just have to trust him and submit. Yeah, I know. She'll just have to try. Girl, try your best to convince this man. Try your best. But, and I mean, ultimately, if the man says, if he puts his foot down that, okay, my brother must come and stay with me, that's the man you married. You chose him, right? So you just have to submit. Okay. So let's move to the next story. So the next story says, Jero, I'm confused on what to do. Please help me out. My boyfriend and I are having issues right now, and he has blocked me. He doesn't even want to hear from me anymore. Fine. He read a conversation I had with a married man on my phone. Cause last December, I was with this man. We didn't have SAXO. I told the man that I can't have SAX with him cause he's a family friend and I can't do such. I was scared my boyfriend later find out about it. The man was sharp begging that even if it's to make him ejaculate. So I gave him a BJ. Honestly, I didn't do it because of money. So the man was talking about it on WhatsApp that he enjoyed the BJ. I was just laughing and didn't reply. The mistake I made was not to delete the messages from my phone. On a normal day, my boyfriend doesn't go through my phone. This January, he went through my phone and saw the chats. He got mad and broke up with me, and he has blocked me. I was begging for days before he could accept me back. We started dating again. I was happy that we were back together. So later, when I traveled home, he broke up with me and said my past is still in his mind and he can't forget it. We broke up again. I sent people to beg him. He was blocking anyone that talks to him about it. So I traveled to Abuja from Lagos, thinking that if I see him in person, he would take me back. Yes, he did. We started dating again, and it's no longer like before. So recently, he stopped picking my calls, and he stopped replying me on WhatsApp. He even blocked me from calling, but he didn't block me on WhatsApp. Anytime I text, he would read the message and just not reply. Please, I don't know what more to do. Advice. What? Of course, if I was your boyfriend, I would not call you. That would be it. What the hell are you talking about? What? Am I crazy? Is that not, what's the difference? Girl, you were intimate with him. That is called oral SAX for a reason. That is SAX. I don't understand what you're talking about. Am I insane? Because the way she's sounding like her boyfriend is not justified. She even goes, fine. I was just talking to this married man and I had Stop it. Because I'm not, when the girl was talking, she was like, oh, my boyfriend is angry at me. I thought she was going to say something like, oh, this married man was asking me out. I refused him. I saw the conversation on my WhatsApp and he got mad. And I don't know why he's mad. Girl, you literally cheated. That is flat out cheating. And it's very concerning the way she kind of downplays it. Let's put it either male or female. Is giving oral SAX to somebody. Do you think that that's cheating or not? Because for me, that is cheating. I don't even care to know the kind of SAX it is. As far as we're in a relationship and you're having SAX with anybody, I don't care to know which one it was. You are cheating. Is it just me or you guys? Let me know in the comment section. This girl, I even feel like she's a bit slow. Like, yeah. Why are you sounding like this? She sounds like she's not. There's something wrong up there. This guy has every right to be mad. He has every right to be upset, and I agree with him that he should not be with a cheat, right? He should leave. That's fair enough. But I think that he should make up his mind. He's a man, guy, make up your mind and leave. Stop going back and forth. I can understand the fact that maybe they had been good so far until this thing happened. So he wanted to give it a shot and see if he can be with her despite her mistakes, right? But he clearly cannot do it. And I think it's kind of unfair for him to be going back and forth with her like this. This is already the third time. What do you want to find out again? You should already know by now that you cannot be with her because you cannot forgive her. Maybe you can forgive her, but you cannot forget what she did with this married man, right? So I think that the fairest thing for him to do is just to say, look, this and this and this. I cannot forget this thing. I forgive you. We were good. It was good while it lasted. I forgive you, but this thing, I cannot forget it. So it's going to affect our relationship. Even if we come back together, it's never going to be like this. I will never be able to give you the love that you deserve. So please, we're breaking up, and you go ahead, do you, and I'm going to move on as well. I feel like that's the most mature thing to do, because now it's like he's hot and cold. This hot and cold thing is really, it can really be heartbreaking. So I think he should just let her go, so that she should know immediately that, okay, I'm broken up and I need to move on with my life. I hope that people are going to advise her in the comment section that this mentality of I only did this with him, I only did that. That's how people go around crossing lines and saying, oh, it was just a kiss, oh, we just made out. That is cheating. Hello, how is the bar so low? I hope that she'll cancel this mentality. She'll unlearn this mentality that a BJ is just, I did not go all the way, so it is just. All those things are going to drag her down in her future relationship. So hopefully she unlearns that mentality, and moving forward, she does not repeat this mistake. I think that when you cheat and remain in the relationship, right, there's always that dark cloud looming in the dark that always comes back to haunt you. It can never be the same, You can, I know that people say you can recover from cheating, you can go for therapy and all whatnot, but I really believe that you can, that trust, you will just be managing. It can never be the same. If you guys have been in cheating relationships, let me know. Did you ever recover like 100%? Or did you go back to being the same? So I think that most of the time when there's cheating, especially when people are not yet married, right? Just leave and go and start over, and hopefully don't repeat that same mistake. That's what I think. You guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Let's hear what other people are saying. This one said, move on. Why are you forcing love? Exactly. This one said, sis, it's over. No more trust, no more love. Don't force it. You broke the poor guy's heart. And the worst part of it is that it seems like she does not even realize the gravity of what she's done. This one said, are you doing promo that you gave him a BJ for free and you said you ain't doing it for money? Move on and don't cheat next time, you hear? I know. And the fact that she was saying that, oh, I didn't give it for free, I was not doing it for money. I'm not saying it's good, but it would have been better if you took the money. It would have been better if you did it for money. And the way she was saying, he was just begging that she make him ejaculate. Are you the only person that can make the man ejaculate? Like, what is this nonsense? I don't understand, guys. Anyway, this one said, Madam, it's your fault, but just move on. If you continue to apologize, you just lose more and more respect. Be a good girl next time. Yeah, for me, that's the best advice I can give her. Move on. This one said, forget about him. He's the kind of person that doesn't forget. And if you force yourself on him, you'll just be wasting your time because he will leave you eventually. This one said, so you gave a married man a BJ. Tomorrow, if you get married and another girl gives your husband a BJ, hope you will not find anything wrong with that. This one said, you hurt him so much that he can't ever forget that incident. It's better you move on and let him be. Yes. This one said, girl, you messed up, but you have to move on. What he said is the plain truth. This one said, the problem is that he loves you so much and he feels so betrayed. But the thing is, he doesn't know how to get that incident out of his mind. You broke his heart. And this comment said, all these girls that are busy saying move on like nothing happened. First of all, she gave a BJ to a family friend and not for money. Biko, what was it for? You can't eat your cake and have it. Women can actually forgive in such situations, but when a man really loves you, he wounds because the trust is broken. BJ charity giver. Hello. Oh my God, because the way she was acting like she was doing promotion or something. Like, well, I just gave it for free. I'm a BJ machine, so I just gave it for free. Oh my goodness. This one said, sorry to ask, so you actually put his private part in your mouth? You know that's more intimate than actual sex, right? I think it's right to break up with you. My thinking, Sha. This one said, hey, yeah, sorry, you spoiled things for yourself. What were you thinking? Omo, next time do not entertain such things. Just move on. They have left you behind. This one said, just move on, sis. You made a mistake already. Just try and change and hope for a better relationship. This man is hurt and will keep taunting you to the end of time. Exactly. He will never forget. This one said, oh, sorry, poster. Move on with your life. steal a guy's money, smash his car windscreen, slap him in public. He can forgive you if you beg him and he will take you back. But it's difficult for a lot of men to totally forgive when it comes to cheating. But they could forgive but not take you back. It's very hard for them to forget. That's how they are wired. This one said, hear yourself, BJ, and you are still laughing over it, meaning you enjoyed it and you were willing to go for more. Yes, she actually said she was laughing, that a man told her how much she enjoyed it and she was laughing. She was like, kiki kaki. Oh my goodness. The person said you pushed yourself out of the boat. This one said, you know, men don't forget. That's why you need to keep chats with other men out of your phone if you're in a relationship. You can keep the chats in your phone if you're single. So this person is not even saying that what she did was wrong. They're like, okay, just try to be smart about it. The last comment says, it seems like you don't like yourself. Men hardly forgive. You made a mistake already. The moment you knew he was aware, you would have left immediately, but you just chose to frustrate yourself. You better move on. You guys, tell me what you think in the comment section. And that being said, let's go to the next story. The next story said, my husband is HIV positive. Am I making a mistake by staying in my marriage? Good morning, Jero. Great work. Please keep me anonymous. My story is long, but I'll make it brief. My husband and I have been married for 8 years. 2 years were good, and then my husband started cheating on me. I begged and begged. I even got his mom involved, but there was no difference. My husband found out he was HIV positive last year, January. I have been tested and I'm negative. I told my mother and she wants me to move out of the house and request for a divorce, but a part of me keeps saying, stay, stay, and it's for better, for worse. Since I found out he is HIV positive, I still cook for him, support him and cater for him. We still had sex and he wore a condom. He is being a supportive husband again. We have 2 children and I want him in their life. Is there a way where my husband and I can still be married? I have forgiven him for all his sins. God forgives too. I read a story online though, and I have been doing research on couples who are negative and positive who live together. Sometimes the person who is positive can get angry and infect the other person. Do you get? A part of me is telling me to stay. It's actually, it's actually really sad how common these kind of stories are, where you have a cheating partner who eventually brings this kind of incurable disease into the marriage, right? And for me, it's always very sad when I see the other person contemplating staying. I believe that in this situation, right, this woman is not thinking about herself, just personally. It's one thing for you to want to have your children's dad in their lives. That's okay, that's very good. Unless the man is being abusive, I don't think any man should be deprived of his children, right? But in this situation, I think she needs to get out. She should not be having any kind of sex with this man. She should think about herself and try and put herself first for once. This man, I'm not trying to bash the man or anything, but he brought this upon himself. He's clearly been going out there and doing things without protection, right? So he clearly brought it upon himself. I don't see why she now should have to suffer because of his own mistakes. That's absolutely not fair. I think she should put herself first, think about her health and her children, right? HIV is obviously not an unalive sentence, but I don't see why anybody should be willingly going to get it. You know very well that this person has this disease, and then you go willingly to try to infect yourself. For what now? No. Please, if I was in her situation, I would move out. At the end of the day, he's your husband and the father of your kids. But if this was me personally, what I would do is I will move out, right? I'll get another place with the kids, but I will allow the man to have access to his children. Do you understand? So we're going to start a co-parenting situation. And personally, I would not want to stay in a marriage in that condition. Like, I would not want to be very honest. But another thing too is, it's just because I'm very scared of that disease. Let me just be honest with you guys. that's a disease that really scares me. I know that people live normal lives, they have normal lives, they just take their medication. I even hear that there's a medication that you can take now like once a year, and your life is okay, you're pretty much okay. But personally, I would just not want to get infected with that, and I'll be very scared that something can happen. Even if you're using protection, something can happen. I'm just the kind of person that will not intentionally go and have sex with someone that I know that has this disease, protection or not. I'm just saying personally. So in this case, I think I'll move out. I will live in my own place, and then I will leave the man access to his kids. If he wants, he can see them as much as he wants. He can take them out. They can do things together as, father and children. But I will just remove myself from that equation. I will forgive him. I will make sure that we are amicable for the sake of our children. But for my own sanity, I will leave, because I don't want to always have to worry that maybe I have this thing, maybe I'm going to get infected. What if he gets angry at me? Or maybe what if he gets jealous of my health and tries to infect me? All those kind of things. I will just not be at peace, and it will drive me insane, So I think I'm just going to move out. You guys, let me know what you think about that in the comment section. If you were in this woman's place, what would you do? Would you stay because it's for better, for worse, or would you leave? They don't only stay for better, for worse. They actually stay for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. Let's hear what other people are saying. This one said, if tables were reversed, would he do the same for you? That should give you your answer. And again, I hope you won't be mad at him if he infects you. If you're satisfied with your answer, you should know your next move. Exactly. Yeah, I've also heard this thing where people get frustrated, they get kind of jealous of the other person's health, and they want to infect them. They're like, why should I be the only one going down? This one says, once I had a friend whose dad cheated several times on his mom. He contracted HIV. When they found out and had a discussion about it, the mother insisted that marriage is for better, for worse. It's been 4 years since the couple passed. Do you want to be like her? This one said, he cheated for 6 years and got the infection, and you are still there. LOL, good for you, Sha. Oh my goodness. Hi. This one said, if you got the body of a goddess, kindly liquidate all you have and leave the country with your kids. Don't allow your children suffer the sins of their father. If you must stay with him, please provide a trust fund for your children and fund it generously, because the way you are going, you will do for better, for worse, and get yourself infected. Whatever you want to do it all, but your children are your top priority. Stay blessed. This one said, their father's love and presence is still very much needed in their upbringing. I feel you should have a very serious conversation with your husband and possibly draft an agreement. Tell him your mind. I'm sorry you have to go through this. It's really sad. This one says, I don't support cheating, but people are really misinformed about HIV. Like, what's all this nonsense I'm reading? Most of you don't even know your status because of what you've heard about it. It's better to have sex with someone who knows his status and whose viral load is not detectable than someone who doesn't know his status and whose viral load is high. HIV is not a death sentence, but if your husband is on his medication and his viral load is low, it's not detectable anymore. You don't need to be scared of being infected. You can leave the marriage if you want for breaking the trust, but if it's for him being positive and getting infected, you can stay as far as he's on his meds. This one said, your level of mumu is worse than the virus your husband has. Guys, give us some grace. African women, it's not that easy. Give us some grace. This one says, please don't stay. He might someday burst that CD during the act just to infect you. If he cared about you initially, he wouldn't have cheated. And if he cares now, he should let you go. Don't be lost in your feelings and forget the reality before you. This one said, if na me, I don't jackpa. Shebi you won't carry HIV ni. If you were the one, that man wouldn't make such a sacrifice for you. When you were begging him, he didn't listen. HIV don't show him now. He don't humble. Rubbish. Yes. And she said she was begging and begging. And she kept begging him to stop. She kept begging him to stop. And he didn't. Now that he has caught the virus, he has calmed down. He's now humble and doing good husband. Oh, jeez. African women. Oh, my God. When I read these stories, I feel like crying, honestly. This one said, Madam, leave. If the tables were turned, you know he won't even seek your consent before ditching you and telling the whole world and your kids the kind of whore that you are. Dump him without remorse, please. Men dish out what they can never take. What rubbish. Yo, people in the comments. This one said, if the case were reversed, you think he would stay? You begged him to stop cheating. You even got his mom involved and he didn't stop. Now he has HIV. He's forming supportive husband. My dear, you can still support him after the divorce. You need to put yourself first. Exactly my point. Exactly. This one said it's absolutely okay to want to stay with your husband. For advice on what to do, it's better you go and see a doctor who can advise you accordingly. There is no shame in doing that, but rather it could save your life. But now my concern in this situation, right, is that this man might not be a very kind person. Do you understand? I kind of feel like he's not the kind of person that has a lot of consideration for her. Because if he did, he would have tried to consider her when he was in that lifestyle. But he clearly did not. He clearly did not consider her when he went around cheating. He had no consideration for her. So I'm afraid because I don't trust his character. That's the problem. Because imagine this other scenario, right? You're married to this man. You guys have been married for, say, 10 years. All these 10 years, God in heaven knows that this man has been faithful to you. Like, if they check his records, there is no one incident where he ever cheated on you, right? For those 10 years, he was faithful to you. He got into a car accident and he went to the hospital. He needed blood. For some reason or the other, he got transfused HIV positive blood, right? And then he now becomes HIV positive. In that case, that man has been tried and tested. His character can speak for himself. You know very well how he got the HIV, and you know that he's most likely a loyal and considerate person. Do you understand? So in that case, I feel like people's responses will be different. But this is a man with no consideration and no empathy whatsoever. How are we sure that we can vouch for his character? Do you understand where I'm getting to? For me, I wouldn't be feeling, if I was in that kind of situation where I know how my husband got it, and his character has been tried and tested, and I know that this man has been good and considerate to me, then I will feel very bad just abandoning him. To be very honest, that is in that kind of situation now, I'll start to look for other alternatives, like how can we stay together, how can we manage this, all that kind of thing. But in this case, nah. This one said, place all cards on the table, turn the tables around. Will he stick with you? Okay. This one said, what will he have done if you both were to switch places? He hasn't changed. The situation is humbling him. And trust me, the moment you contract this disease, the disease, you realize he has more up his sleeves. At that point, he will tell it to your face that you are not even worth an option and no healthy man out there will want to be with you. He will fix you in a better ditch than what he did before. And always remind you of how the decision was yours to make and he never forced you to stay. This is another thing. Ha! My God. God, I beg. This one says, hey, I truly hope for the best for you on this journey. To err is human, to forgive is divine. My true advice is for you not to stay. But if you feel he's still worth it, then fine. You truly do have a good heart. I just hope he will do the same for you if tables were turned. Just please be careful, because in as much as HIV is not a death sentence, prevention is better than cure. So think, it's your life in question. We'll take the second to the last comment that says, well, there's good news. If you really love your partner and you want to forgive him, stay with him. You can. Just hope you haven't contracted the virus yet. If you are still safe, then ensure he takes his antiretroviral drugs judiciously and you guys visit the clinic to take note of his viral load. Once his viral load is no longer detectable, he can't infect you. But please make sure he eats well though. If you can't cope, you can as well leave. This one said, Omo, I don't even know what to say, but if you were the one in his shoes, would he do the same for you? Would he stand by you? Secondly, is he a kind-hearted, sensitive person who doesn't have any malicious bone in his body? Or does he have anger issues and becomes really irrational and erratic when he's angry or sad? Think deeply. Your answers should guide you. That's actually my problem, right? As I earlier mentioned, this man seems like somebody who can be very wicked. So he might intentionally do it to harm her. That's what I think. Oh my God. This one said, let's just take this as the last comment. It says, mothers, teach your daughters to love themselves. Teach them to know that life is not all about marriage. Please engrave that into their souls. It is well. Oh my God. Oh, I think this stems from the mentality that marriage is just everything. When we start teaching our daughters that marriage is not everything, and sometimes you need to think about yourself first before anything else, that is when we will know that we have made progress in the African community, because it's just so sad. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. If you're in this woman's situation, would you stay or would you leave? Are you like me who will leave and go and start a life apart, or would you stay there because marriage is for sickness and in health? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Also, if you're in a situation where you're married to someone with HIV, how do you cope? Like, what kind of measures do you put in place? How do you guys cope? And all of that. You can advise us. Let us know in the comment section. And also, you guys, please, 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 give this woman some grace. I'm begging you, give her some grace. It's just because of how most African women are socialized, right? Please don't bash anybody. Just give her some grace. I beg. Oh. Okay, let's move to the next story. So the next story says, he is asking for the 350K. Jerome, I'm here for a matter that shows that men are scum. I needed 350K for my business, and my friend introduced me to this guy, and she said he's generous. He gave me 350K and said I should pay back in 4 months. In between that time, the guy and I got close, and we started doing stuff, aka being intimate. It happened over 14 times. He will call me, and I will take keke to his place. Keke is public transport, like a tuk-tuk, a tricycle. Even on my period, he will say we should get intimate. Now it's 4 months and he's asking me to pay the 350K back. It's really weird for me. I'm just wondering, didn't the intimacy we have cancel the 350K? Like, we did stuff and I cook for him at his place sometimes. Sometimes I cook about 3 different dishes for the week. He pays for the food stuff, but I cook it. Am I still owing him? Please advise. Guys, I can understand how this is weird, that the guy is asking for the money back, because now they're having a thing together, of which I'm sure she does not even know what kind of thing she's having with this guy. Because if you listen to how it started by her saying, I needed 350K for my business, and my friend introduced me to this guy and said he's generous. So I think she was actually looking for financial aid, not a relationship, right? But it so happened that they started having a relationship. So I can understand how it's weird, right? It's weird that your quote-unquote boyfriend will be asking you for money back. But in my personal opinion, I would say that she needs to pay this money back. Why? That's just because that is the agreement they had, right? That was the agreement they initially had, and no adjustments were made to that agreement. Do you understand? If she wanted the fact that they had been intimate together to cancel these debts, then she should have had a discussion with him on the first day that he initiated intimacy, right? She should have said, okay, I'm owing you 350K. Now we are going to be intimate. I would like that the fact that we're not having a thing should automatically cancel my loan. If he agreed to that, then the loan have been cancelled. That means the initial agreement has been modified, right? So then she will not have to pay. If he didn't agree to that, she will now choose with a clear mind whether she wants to still be intimate with this guy or back off and go and focus on her business to look for a way to pay her debts. Because now, for some reason, I have the impression that she went ahead to be intimate with this guy, not because she really wanted to, but because she wanted to cancel her debts. But the mistake that she made was she did not renegotiate the terms and conditions of her agreement. She just went in with assumptions that, oh, if I'm sleeping with him, if I cook for him, then automatically, my loan has been cancelled, of which is not the case, And now she's saying men has come because the man is asking her back for his money. I think that man has every right to ask her for that money, and she has the responsibility to pay this man back. So you guys, let me know what you think, but those are my thoughts. I think she was trying to sell herself for 350k without letting the guy know that, look, since we are now doing this thing, you need to cancel this debt, So I think she's feeling used, because I don't think that she liked this guy, but she did this thing so that she doesn't have to pay that money back. Well, that's life, You did not renegotiate, and honestly, that's on her. So let's see what people are saying in the comment section. Oh my gosh. Let me see. The first comment said, pay him his money. You started sleeping with him and cooking so you don't have to pay back. That guy now like me, business is business. Pay his money back. Stuff no go cancel 350k. This one said, how I wish I could comment on this post with a voice note. Chai, this thing is paining me, sha. Why would you not want to pay him back? Simply because you guys had intimacy. What are our girls turning into self? Omo, agreement is agreement oh. If you like, give him snake in the eagle shadow style every time you had sex.
You must pay back.
This person is taking this thing personally. This one said, do you agree you should be exchanging sex for money? If you don't, pay up. This one said, the sex part wasn't discussed prior to the money. You should have discussed it when the sex was initially initiated. Thank you very much. You both enjoyed the whole escapade. Go on and pay his money back. Be wise in your next dealing. This one said, if she really wanted to pay back, she wouldn't have slept with him and cooked for him or visited his house. It was all a setup, and the guy fell for it. The fact that the guy lent money to her doesn't mean she was compelled to offer anything he asked for. Yeah, that's also a point. I feel like the guy shouldn't have mixed business and pleasure. It's just weird, it's just weird. I think if I was in the guy's position, I would no longer consider it as a loan. I'll just consider it as a gift, because I'm already having a thing with this person, and I don't really believe in like a boyfriend lending money to his girlfriend. I think he should just give her gifts, unless there are obviously exceptions, but I just prefer that my partner just gives me gifts. I don't really believe in lend me this or lend me that. Just give me a gift. That's better for me. This one said, business is business. Anything between you means you had underlying motive and you didn't want to pay in the first place. This one said, when a man mixes business with pleasure, he stops being a man. Yo, that's extreme. If you want to do business, do business. If you want pleasure, go for it and pay for it. Never trade your business with female private part. If you don't pay him, my dear, he can't do anything to you, because the moment he started having sex with you, he lost the money. Even if it was once, he lost it. If you get to the police, tell them he agreed to give you money if you have sex with him. So basically, tell them you're a sex worker. Case closed. You don't owe him kobo anymore, please. This one said, Madam, now you give him. He didn't force you. You assumed that he wouldn't ask you for the money after being intimate with him. No borrow. You borrow money and promise to pay back. Now it is time to pay, so pay up. Oh my God. This one said, I don't understand. Nah, intimacy, you want pay back the guy money. Biko, pay the guy his money. Yeah, this one said, you should pay. This is a mistake some ladies make. This guy is so generous. He decided to lend you money, and now you're giving him SEX in place of his money and think he will be okay with that. Agreement is agreement, sis. Even when he asked you for SEX, you should have been able to decline. But no, you ran into his arms because you assumed that will cancel your debts. Exactly. This one said, yes, you should pay. You had an agreement, so pay up. Your agreement didn't include objectifying yourself for him. You chose to do the stuff you did with him. Exactly. Nobody forced her. But I really think it was based on the assumption that debt will be cancelled. That's why she did it. She does not even like this guy. This one said, you chose to be a cheap girl. Business is different from pleasure. You are sick throwing yourself down for cheap SEX over 350K. You are a disgrace to womanhood. Hey, pay him his money. You owe him. He is not scum. You freely gave yourself away. So pay up. Wow, that was quite extreme. This one said, why did you mix business with pleasure? Baby. Biko, go and pay his money. You borrowed 350K or you no borrow. Did he force you to do the do or cook for him? Pay back his money, Joe. This one said, you are owing him, baby girl. Pay the money back. It's the audacity to even ask us if you're still owing him. He lent money to you. You promised to pay back on a certain day. Keep to your word and pay back. Leave all these other matters you're coming with. It's not relevant. This one said, yeah, sister, you are totally living in a world by yourself. Assumptions plus stupidity at its peak. Even if it's your husband, once he said, I'm lending you money, you have to pay back. Not to talk of a man you just met. You sold yourself. No, you slaved yourself in assumption, and I pray you didn't use part of the money to cook for this guy. The only thing that will help you now is to pay part of the money, then beg him to give you some time to pay the rest. Oh my God. This one said, sadly, you didn't discuss and agree with the man. So technically, you still have a debt hanging over you. Exactly. Has she discussed that, okay, now this money is turned into a gift? That would have been different. But she didn't. Pay him and be free from it. Next time, have a conversation before getting into such contracts. Assumptions have killed many. Pele, my dear, but you say bado. You been the plan for not pay and back, ba? Oh my God. This one said, I don't understand. Were you trying to pay back with your body? Is the guy your boyfriend, or did he just demand for SAX just like that and you to carry yourself even on your period go? I guess maybe you were enjoying the SAX as well. We'll take the last comment that said, you didn't tell him you were doing a shower business now. Since you want to exchange money with SAX, then yikes. Pay him his money, sis. You mix business with pleasure. Agreement is agreement. You didn't have an agreement to pay in kind. So pay up. Yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think she should pay up, or do you think the SEX and the cooking cancels the debt? Let me know. So guys, so I finally come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.